Hey guys, welcome back to Modern Media and Modern Men. Today, I want to talk about what I do to stripe my lawn and keep it looking nice. So one of the key ingredients is obviously your lawnmower. So I wanted to kind of show you what I have, my thoughts of this SCAG SFC 30 with the caster wheels. I bought this roughly a year ago. I know it's filthy, but I do normally keep it pretty clean, but want to go over things I like, what I don't like. Is it good for residential? I literally only use this to cut my own lawn that has about roughly about 9,000 feet, but I have a severe slope of about 40 degrees in the back corner of my property. This is the reason I've always kind of gone to a commercial mower here. So let's start with up top. What do we like, what we don't like? So first, and I'll show you here, this is how you start it. So it's in choke, pull it, and up and going, and stop it. So this, no issues with. The lever next to it is the brake. This cable gets stretched so often that, here, I'll engage it, and you can see, oh, it actually engaged. So it seems to select when it wants to work, but overall, really no troubles with this. It was tightened last year. I had to bring it in for something else, and they tighten it, but again, it loosens up over time. So throttle here, you can kind of see how this works. And I can show you, I've only got 17 hours on this. So I don't use this a ton. It takes me roughly 40 minutes of cutting each time I do it. But this is obviously for the bale. Engage the drive is this one. Really like the system. I find it very ergonomic. The settings I have it at, it's pretty standard. And I'll show you here. So nothing too funky or different. There's the pull, which again, this time of year, which is September, this thing has been running once or twice a week for months. So starting, it's not a problem. Really like this mower overall. I've had Exmark. My one prior was a Toro, I'm trying to think, it's the commercial one, the HDX. I like that one, but this one, this SCAG doesn't bog down. My Toro, my Exmarks would always bog down when it was wet, thick grass. April, May, June here in Ohio, it would always bog down. So let's go over some things I like, what I don't like. I love that they put the cabling inside. It's just a super smart idea. I do have a little water bottle holder here. It's my own. Doesn't do a whole lot. I also added I don't know if it's Major League anymore, whatever, their striping kit here, which adds a lot of weight to this mower. The other thing which it makes it very difficult to do is the bag. The bagging unit here is very, very difficult to get off without a striping kit, and even more difficult with the striping kit. But I love the way it cuts. It cuts great. Really no issues with the cutting at all. So you can see it's full of grass, it's dirty. I also mostly use the side discharge here. Really, really like it. Oil, I just changed the oil about maybe a month ago. Not the easiest filter to get to, but not hard at all. You get an oil filter. I love the caster wheels. I think for any homeowner, you go to caster wheels, man, it just changes your whole feeling of cutting. Around trees is so much easier. The whole experience is, with this SCAG, is so much better. And I've tried literally every mower there is, from Toro to Exmark to, I'm trying to think, yeah, some of the other brands I've tried. I've had small Hondas. I think once you get into something like this, and you're paying $3,000 for, basically, it's hard to look back. I mean, it's a monster. I cut, and I'll show you here, I cut roughly at 4.5 most of the time. The lever here is just to kind of, you pull it up and you kind of get them in place. But I'm really impressed. Again, I've had 2 Exmarks, a Toro. the HDX, which is basically this competitor. I'll list some other ones here that I've had, and this is the best one I've ever had by far. No issues. I'll tell you a real quick story with me. So I was changing the oil about a month ago, and I usually have multiple sets of blades for every mower. If it's Honda, if it's my X-Marks, if it's been whatever brand, I end up buying extra blades. And so last fall, I never got to it. I said, I gotta change these blades out. I went under it, undid it, pulled out the blades, and they looked almost like they were new. And I had never seen, and I think that's Marbine or whatever, how it's pronounced, the technology and material they use for the coating for their blades. I could not believe how good this looked. But so if I had to give this guy, and this is with the Kohler Command Pro, a grade out of 10, it's a 10. It's been phenomenal to use. I had some adjustment at the beginning where it didn't really want to pull me up the hills as much, so we got some of the cables adjusted. But really, if you're on the fence about looking for a SCAG mower, or really any mower, and you don't mind paying, you know, I would say a premium, but a good amount for a commercial lawnmower, this thing is great. I know landscapers will say, oh, it's too heavy. This is not a light mower. But my yards, and I'll put pictures up, my front yard's very small, my backyard's bigger, and I love using this thing. This thing has cut my time of cutting the grass to, again, 35 minutes where it used to be well over an hour with a 20-inch. SCAG has done a really good job. I know, again, people have said it's too heavy, it's too hard to use. I'm not getting it in and out of a trailer, but for when I use it, it cuts really well. I've had some other mowers that have cut close, but nothing to me has cut as close as this SCAG. So anyway, I thought I'd give you guys a perspective of what it's like as a homeowner, not a commercial landscaper, to use the SCAG SFC 30, and it's been really great. Oh, one other thing I'll show you too, for those who don't know or haven't seen, if you don't want the caster wheels, you can literally just pull this and lock it into place like that. So it gives you the best of both worlds. I know they sell this kit now as an additional if you have the one prior to the caster wheels, but I waited because I knew I wanted caster wheels, and I'm telling you, once you get into caster wheels, you're never going back. It's around trees, obstacles. It makes life so much easier. So anyway, guys, thanks for watching. Enjoy. I've got some more things to post here about my outdoor stuff here in the fall. I'm overseeding everything else, but just thought I'd give a quick kind of review of the orange beast in the driveway. So my SCAG SFC 30. Thanks for watching, guys.